guys, Ultimate Toy Collector here at Toy Fair, New York 2016. We're at the DC Collectibles booth here with Kevin. Kevin, always a pleasure to see you.
I love it.
I love the way you tell us about everything that's going on here. Thanks for having us. Let's take a walk and see what we got going on.
The big things we got here, big by size and weight, I have for you is a Captain Cold prop replica gun. So as seen on The Flash and now Legends of Tomorrow, we got our own replica based off of the actual piece from the show. They sent it over to our offices. We were able to base this right off of it. We decided to add a little extra though, and so you can see there is a secret button here on the side. You hit it, you get your power up. So you got your lights here, you got your light on your scope, and then as you pull the trigger, you get your own cold beam shooting out as well. This guy is going to come for 300 bucks right out by the end of the season here, so right as Legends and Flash are wrapping up for the season, you're going to be able to purchase it. It'll come with its own base. There are going to be two little metal poles that it'll sit on, so you'll be able to display it nice there if you're not running around causing some crime spree. But then if you want, you'll be able to take it off the base and go crazy, just like Captain Cold does. So again, showing our big support for the TV shows. We're having a lot of great success with DC TV, and this is just one of the examples of how we're bringing it. That brings us to the big reveal of the show. We had to one-up ourselves after the Batmobile last year. So what did we bring? Moving out of the blackness, we have the Batplane. Now this is a prototype, so if I drop it, it'll smash into a million pieces. Hopefully I will not. But you can see here, huge in size. We were talking about 36 inches for this guy, so it's bigger than the Batmobile. But it had to be because we were desperately making sure we could fit in two figures into this. So as I work up this, if we can get this thing here without me breaking it, you can see there will be two figures that will fit into this, two 6-inch size figures, front and back. There will be lights on this like the Batmobile, where you will see a glow that will appear in the cockpit as well as on the afterburner. You obviously get the huge size here. As you can see here, we have underneath landing gear. The landing gear will be retractable. You'll be able to push in. There's a piece that will close this up. You can see here, these close in, pieces close up. You get a nice smooth version of it here, so if you're flying it around, you don't have to worry about that. And then they're really easy to open up again. Obviously, I'm even doing it with one hand. That's how easy it is. If you need to work the landing gear down. And we've been talking to people here at the show who would be really interested in seeing if we can actually provide a wall mount as well, so that you can actually, if you don't have a crazy table to fit it in, fit it onto your wall shelf there, paint a nice little moon behind it, you get the whole effect going on. So again, we wanted to top ourselves from the Batmobile last year. We think we did it. We already have plans to top it in the next year. Alright, so we're really excited with our Arkham Knight franchise. So this is part of the Arkham Knight video game series. There's been 4 games in the whole mix, starting from the Arkham Asylum game a few years back. We started doing action figures at that time, super popular for us. I think it's because of the way that the world is kind of created and it feels very real. So with Arkham Knight, we're doing even more figures. The game already came out, but there's more downloadable content. Our fans are still crying for more stuff to be done, so you'll see us coming out with that. We have a great Batman 3-pack. It's Batman and 2 of the thugs from Arkham Knight. You can see 2 different versions of them, so you can kind of act out all your battles as you see in the game itself. There's also been a lot of cool downloadable skins for characters. So in the case of somebody like Harley Quinn, who we've done a Harley Quinn before, you now can get her in her original costume. So it's kind of a fun way to see a character you've maybe seen in one way, but not in this world, in a more realistic version. So we have her coming out with some accessories. A big thing for us coming at the end of the year is a 2-pack. We have Barbara Gordon and Barbara Gordon. So you get 2 Barbara Gordons. One of them is her as Batgirl, and the other is her as Oracle. In this franchise, she's been done as Oracle throughout. She's always talking to Batman when you hear like him giving missions or information. So we wanted to celebrate that character, but then they also came out with a downloadable storyline where you could play as Batgirl. So this way you get both versions of Barbara Gordon at the end of the year, her as Oracle, her as Batgirl. It's the first time we've done an Oracle figure since probably 1999, so it's been quite some time. Really happy and excited to do that. We also have a Poison Ivy from Arkham Knight, so So we've done a Poison Ivy from some of the previous versions of the game, but this is our first time doing her here in Arkham Knight, so we're excited to bring her into the mix. And then talking about different skins, we have a Joker skin of him in his vacation outfit, so it's him kind of from the Killing Joke acknowledgements. You kind of see him there in his Hawaiian shirt and all his fun accessories with the camera. We also have some examples of figures that are coming out actually just in the next month from the line, showing you how we're still promoting it. And then we have some villains and some anti-heroes. We have Azrael with crazy detail on all the costume elements. Professor Pig and Man-Bat from the villain side, and you know, Man-Bat has a crazy little rubbery bat wings out of it, so it's super creepy. And we have Red Hood, who's been a major player in this game, and you can kind of see him represented here in one of his versions. So we're just really happy to be able to continue to support this line. The fans are still really into it, and we still have more characters we want to do for this. So this is everybody throughout 2016, but look for more of it in 2017. Speaking of more and more and more, we got some great stuff going on with DC TV. So speaking of fun 2-packs, we got a Flash and Arrow 2-pack, just like their crossover episodes where they're always meeting up and doing things together. We're doing it with the toys as well. You can get a Grant Gustin version of Flash. He'll have an interchangeable head, so you can get him with his hood down or hood up. You got a Stephen Amell Arrow, both in their newest costumes from their latest seasons of the shows. They'll come with some accessories, the bow and arrow, all that fun stuff, and they're sold together, so you can get it all in one pack. Other great TV stuff going on for us right now, Supergirl. Melissa Benoist, amazing. She's amazing in the part, she's amazing outside of it. All that stuff is great. We're very happy to celebrate her by making her into a 12-inch statue to go along with some of the previous DC TV statues we've done. She'll have a cloth cape that'll be posable with some wiring in it. The rest of her will be sculpted in resin, a lot of great detailing. We're really excited to be able to bring that to you.
Now, I have a question about the Flash and Arrow figures. I'm
not going to spoil any storyline for you. You're going to have to watch to know.
Is there a possibility we could see, let me see, the big shark guy? I'm drawing a blank right now.
King Shark?
King Shark, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see a King Shark figure, a Gorilla Grodd figure.
There might be stuff in the works on some of that. I gotta say, we have had so much success with this line that we are just making lists and lists of all the characters. I mean, there's so much coming. If every episode that happens, we're like adding names to our list.
I think Zoom would be an amazing.
Zoom would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Even
the Legends of Tomorrow cast is really exciting.
It is.
For us.
It is.
Yeah.
And one thing that I think is that Zoom reminds me of the Death Racer.
Yes, he does.
He reminds me of the Death Racer, and that would be an amazing figure for you guys to touch.
Well, I gotta tell you, there might be some cool things. They just visited Earth 2. There's lots of spooky craziness happening there as well.
And you know, being that I'm all tatted up and have a bunch of tattoos, the one villain from I believe it was the Flash. I can't remember his.
Oh, was it the Tattooed Man? Right?
Is it? I think it's just the Tattooed Man. Yes. Yeah. I would love to see that as. I think that would be an awesome figure.
You never know. If people still buy this stuff, we might have more to do.
All right, you guys heard it here, guys.
We're excited.
King Shark, Gorilla Grodd. Let them know. Hashtag it. Hashtag it.
You do it. So, speaking of cool things coming up, actually, we're about a month away now from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So, new movie coming out featuring all the major characters of the DC universe, but specifically it's Batman and Superman going at it. Big conflict happening. Not going to spoil it for what's going on, but you're going to have to watch the movie to find out how it ends. But we see Batman here in a 12-inch scale statue in his crazy armor. This stuff, I mean, Ben Affleck is 6'5". You put some armor on that boy and he is imposing and big. So we wanted to make sure that the statue looked just as cool and as imposing. We worked with the production on all the detail stuff. We got a fabric cape on him with some wiring for some dramatic posing as well. Definitely gonna be an intense movie. We wanted to bring that and that posing to the statues.
Now, does his eyes light up in the statue?
This version, not yet. We're looking at seeing if we can maybe do a paint app or something like that so you get a little bit of gloss, but it's not gonna be a light up feature, not in this version. We have Gal Gadot doing a Wonder Woman for the first time on screen for us, which is exciting. Even though she is just a guest star into this movie, it is just going to be a taste of Wonder Woman here because she has her own movie she's filming right now, which she's going to be amazing in. But this is going to be just a little special appearance. But we wanted to celebrate her first appearance on the big screen ever by making another 12-inch statue as well. Still some additional details we're working on the statue for. You're going to see some additional details on her shield and some facial stuff as well. So it's just a really fun piece for us to have come out for her as well. Then we got the big boys here, right? You know, facing off with each other. We got Ben Affleck as Batman, and we got Henry Cavill as Superman. You can see even in their posing, they're a little more aggressive with each other. It is definitely, there's a conflict going on here. We wanted to play that up with the actual poses of the statue. We worked very closely with the production. They gave us a lot of feedback from Zach and team to say how aggressive these should be. There should not be just pretty boys standing around waiting for a bus. We wanted to really get the action in here. We brought that too with the capes, doing fabric capes with the wiring. You get some dramatic play. We really wanted this to feel like if you buy and bring the statue home, you got a piece of the movie with you. So you kind of see that throughout. We also have great texture detail. You can see we got files directly from the production, so you can actually see all of those little details that maybe isn't something you're even going to see in the movie. We're going to have these on these statues so you can get a lot of that close-up detail. There's even some great brass knuckles onto the gloves for Batman. So if you saw the latest trailer, he really kicked some butt in there. And you can see it's a very brawly, brutal kind of Batman. He's a little older, he's a little more cynical about what's going on. So we got some fun stuff down here as well. Last year at Comic-Con San Diego, we had an exclusive figure that was our Blue Line Batman, and it was basically taking an action figure, doing a new paint deco on it so that it has kind of a sketch variant feel. You know, you see it mostly in white with just the highlights of it, so it's almost like it's a 2D drawing brought to life. We wanted to do the same thing again this year, except it's not going to be Comic-Con exclusive. It's just going to come out right in advance of Comic-Con. We're doing it with Superman this time. So it's based on Jim Lee's action figure. So Jim Lee did us a sketch that'll be reproduced throughout all of the packaging. It's going to be really deluxe packaging. I'm going to show you guys how it kind of closes up. There's a little magnetic enclosure, so it kind of opens and closes there. You get a really nice back panel there for the Blue Line edition. Front sketch, logo on the top, sketched out. And then when it opens up, you got a nice display for your figure and a nice little area for the sketch card. So hopefully this is as popular as we think it will be, and we will continue to do more characters and more designers going forward. Speaking of designer series, we have an amazing statue here. Based on the new publishing event Dark Knight 3, which is a part of the trilogy of the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again trilogy, we have Andy Kubert doing an amazing Batman drawing for us. So talking about a big bruising Batman, we got a really great 12-inch statue capturing the artwork of Andy Kubert, coming out around May, June, right around the time when the big finale to the storyline is happening, so we're really excited to do that as well. One of the coolest things in the booth, the thing I think I'm most excited for, is our representation of the Suicide Squad. Another movie coming out this year, a little later though, not until August, but it is going to be phenomenal. And we are bringing you 12-inch statues to add to your collection of all of the different characters from Suicide Squad. We don't even have everybody featured here yet, but we think it's going to be that big that we're going to want to go back and get everybody from the squad into the mix. We have Will Smith over here as Deadshot. Fabulous detail. We captured all of this stuff from his costume. The production was awesome, giving us all of this reference. We had photography reference, we had costuming reference. We looked through like thousands of photos from both on set and also their personal costume basically photo shoots where we could see their personality, details of the costume. It was all over the place. It was great. So we're really excited to be able to work on these characters. You'll see 6 of them featured here with Deadshot, Harley, Joker, Boomerang, Croc, and Katana. All of them have this crazy detail. Harley actually has the fabric actual fishnets. Her tattoos are placed all over, even if they're hard to see from the other parts of the clothing. We made sure we put it all in. There's detailing on the jacket. We tried to get all the likenesses down for all of the characters. We were really happy to work on all of this stuff. We also have a base that's reversible, so you can kind of see on Harley what happens when you flip the bases over from the generic one that they all use. They'll have individual graphics, so that'll be specific to the character that the production helped to work on. So you see examples of that on Boomerang and Harley. The others have basically the dog tag version of the Suicide Squad logo. Again, with Joker, We don't normally do even open mouth sculpts because it can be a little tricky with that, but there's so much personality that these actors brought to these roles. We needed to try and up our game to be able to capture that in the 12-inch scale. So you'll see that throughout. And in some cases, like with Deadshot and Killer Croc, if we could afford to do 2 heads, we're going to work that in, so you're going to have magnetic replacement heads, so you can get both versions, you know, masked and unmasked, or hood up and hood down on Killer Croc. But we're really excited for all of this. The crazy portrayals from these characters is going to be amazing.
So we thought this thing was
Courtney doing Boomerang, he's going to be awesome. But you're going to see, even from Killer Croc, the scales on the jacket, the textures on there. We have crazy detailing on all of his actual scales on his face. Katana has all this stuff going on. She's going to have the ribbon in the back. She has a really kick-ass attitude. We're really excited to bring these guys here. We think it's going to be one of the high points. And if you haven't seen those trailers yet, you should check it out. The latest trailer was amazing. And it shows you how tight this group is. They're totally a squad.
I see we also have the statues.
Yeah. Very excited about those.
The release date for Superman and Batman, we're looking at.
They're already rolling out. Some of them are already rolling out now. Some of those are already shipped. So they'll be
and if you want, I'm going to switch him around so you can get some of the detail on the back of his coat as well. And I'll switch her around so you can get some of the back of her.
I don't know the exact date right now for Chinese colors for Chinese New Year. So when they come back, we're going to have a better release. But we thought that it was pretty good. Again, we wanted to be perfect, so a bit of a delay, but she'll definitely be out. We got some from out right before the holidays, so they'll definitely be there.
Because I remember that at last year's officially.
I know, crazy. I know, yeah, is it crazy?
I remember there was she looks great. Well, I can't wait. I already have them all pre-ordered at my comic shop. I can't wait to add them.
Alright, we got 2 statue lines we're showing off here as well at Toy Fair. One continuing and one brand new. So for the continuing line, we're working on our DC Comics Bombshells line. Very successful for us from last year. Continuing it on, we have our first male hero into the line with Superman. It's Superman and Power Girl as a deluxe statue. Just like those old Muscle Beach photos, but in this case, Power Girl's supporting Superman as he's getting ready to go on his fly-in. And then we have Raven, the daughter of the demon there, so a little bit of her Trigon ancestry coming out there. She's hovering up using her magic. We got a nice little illusion effect of her hovering. And then Bumblebee from the Teen Titans working into the DC Bombshells world. We have her as a cheerleader from the era. She's going to be getting a lot of play in our DC Superhero Girls program, and so we wanted to bring her in here and support her in that as well, and we just love the energy she's bringing to the line. As for a new line for us, so it comes out starting at the end of 16, it's our Harley Quinn red, white, and black line, and this is basically a lot like our Batman black and white line in scale. It's about 7 inches tall. It's in black and white, but with one hit of color, because red is such a key color to many of Harley's costume changes. We wanted to make sure that that's played up throughout, and it's a way for us to either reissue some statues that are now out of production, or maybe haven't been seen for quite some time, as well as do some new statues as well. So you'll see the first one in the line is going to be our Bombshells Harley, and the Bombshells Harley was a limited edition one at the larger scale and has been out of print, and you can only find it on eBay at expensive prices. So this is a nice way for a collector to still have that in their collection, but maybe at a smaller, more manageable size. We then have Amanda Connor's holiday version of Harley, and then followed it up with an Arkham City version from the video games of Harley. So this line will go through 16 and then continue into 17 as well. She's going to be a big character after Suicide Squad. We have a lot of fun we're going to be to support with her. And then we have some of the Super Pets, which we're very excited to buy. We are continuing this line. These guys are super soft and cuddly. We've had some really great play already with Crypto and Hoppy the Bunny and Streaky and Dexstar. Now we continue with some characters like Osito, who's Bane's bear. We got Ace the Bat Hound, Jumpa the kangaroo from Paradise Island, and we have Joker's fish. So a little bit of the selection of all of these guys. Really soft and cuddly, all ages. Nice way for us to really support some of the characters in really fun new creative ways. Continuing with our Batman animated line, we're already up to over 20 figures in the line, but we're showing even more here. A lot of single figures, you can kind of see some coming out shortly, like Commissioner Gordon. We got Ra's al Ghul, Zatanna, and then a 2-pack there of the Demon and Clarion. Again, big figures, lots of accessories, lots of accessories that are specific to the episode. We're continuing it, showing off some of our prototypes of the next waves. We got Harley from the new Batman Adventures, so it's her more wacky side. She even comes with a crazier replacement head as well. We got Firefly and Firesuit Batman. They're a good team to have together. We got a deluxe Clayface. This guy comes with 2 heads, a bunch of different arms. He's massive in size. Again, a lot of play feature for this and a lot of customization as you want to, kind of morph your Clayface into different looks. We continue then with another single wave. We got Harvey Bullock for the first time, which is really awesome to bring him into the line. We got the Ventriloquist and Scarface, Talia al Ghul, and we have the new Joker from the new Batman Adventures. It'll come with some of his hyenas. Another fun thing we're doing are some gift packs, different sizes. This one's a 5-pack based on the episode Girls Night Out. So you got some of the girls we've already seen as single figures like Poison Ivy, Harley, and Batgirl, but now we're introducing Supergirl and Livewire. Now they're from the Superman the Animated series, but since we haven't done a line from those guys yet, this is their first entry into this world, and we're doing it based on the specific episode from Batman. So if you want to get some of your Superman fix, this is the set to get them in. We also got a crazy 3-pack that is based on an episode where people are telling stories about Batman, and one of them brings up a future story for Batman based off of, obviously, The Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller. So you can see crazy thick Batman, crazy mutant leader, and then a much more sane Carrie Kelly as Robin. So big characters all around, lots of different hands and other accessories that are going to come in this 3-pack. It's a massive, probably the most massive Batman we've done to date.
Do we think we'll see any of the Son of Batman figures to go with this?
Since they haven't necessarily shown up in this style, we won't see it in this line, but that doesn't mean that it's not something we're considering. So we got a great 3-pack people have been clamoring for since we announced this series. People wanted to see if we were ever going to get to Batman Beyond. Well, we wanted to show them that yes, we are. You can kind of see in this 3-pack we got everybody from the Batcave together, Batman, Ace the Bat-Hound, and we have Bruce Wayne. So it's going to be fun to get these guys into this line because it's obviously going to tell people we're not afraid to do more from Batman Beyond. We're going to do some more villains, things, all that fun stuff from Batman Beyond. You'll see some accessories involved. We got a single figure here for Joker, episode specific. It features from one of the Christmas Story Joker that we did in the series. We're going to bring him to life. He comes with his own accessories like his little Charlie Brumsack Christmas tree and some of his different hands accessories. We have a 2-pack here. It's Joker and it's Harley. They come together. It's an exclusive Harley that'll only be in this set. It comes with 1 issue of Mad Love that will be the story that features the 2 of those guys where she's in this exclusive look. You'll be able to get that all together. We also have a deluxe Batmobile, and so what we have here, we had a Batmobile last year. This year we're offering a deluxe version of it at the end of the year. It's going to have new metallic paints, so you're going to see all the places that would be more metal-like are going to have this nice fine paint that will match. What will also come with it is a bat signal. The bat signal itself will have some movement here. It'll switch on and off, so you'll have a light here as well, and it has little rollers on the bottom. And it will come with 2 figures, so you'll get a Batman and a Robin, since it fits 2 people in this site itself. They will have cloth capes. Hopefully, we'll also get some wiring in there too for dramatic effect, but they'll definitely have cloth capes so people will feel they can sit flat in the Batmobile itself. Featured here are Icons action figure line, which is in a 6-inch scale, so it's similar to our Batman Animated in size, but it is a deep comic books line that we're doing. Introduced last year at Toy Fair, really trying to show how deep we're going to go with this. All different eras of the comic book world introduced here. We have, Joker and Jon Stewart from some of the older storylines from the 80s, but then we have current versions of like Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Firestorm. We have a first appearance version of Static. So you're kind of seeing all throughout this a lot of different versions of the characters. All of them will come with a ton of accessories, different hands, but also things that kind of show their powers off there. So in the case of Cyborg, we wanted to make him a deluxe figure, showing all the different arms and pieces that he could come with, the computer that he can kind of plug in into. For Wonder Woman, we wanted to have a lasso that was actually unfurled so that she actually could use something. So you kind of see it throughout all of these guys. They're going to have pieces and parts that help you pose them and tell a story. And that's a really important thing for us for the Icons line. That's why we're using different eras and different characters. To add to the story a little bit, as we move through here, you're going to see we have our first large figure. It's our Darkseid figure. We've done a version before for our new 52 line, but this is the first one for the Icons line. He is a big guy, and so he's going to be about 12 inches. He's all new sculpt, super articulated. He's going to come in a 2-pack with his daughter, Grail, from the new Darkseid War storyline. She comes with some accessories, he comes with some extra hands. Massive set, just to really show off what we're committed to for this line. And for that person who's a big fan, who really wants to have a lot of different heights and dioramas and stories and villains, this is the kind of set for you. A big hit for the show for us has been this Batgirl of Burnside set. And so it's the Batgirl figure in her new outfit. So a very hipster, cool Batgirl outfit with the pouches and the Doc Martens. She comes with her Bat Cycle, which is a big thing for a lot of people to show that we're doing vehicles in this. It's also great for Batgirl to come with that accessory. And you can see here when it's set up as a diorama, we have little smoke things off the wheel so it can look like it's been rolling through. They also come off though, and the wheels will roll if you want to be pushing through yourself. But to add to the effect, if you pose your Batgirl on there, she comes with an alternate head and an alternate cape that have it flying backwards, so you get that real sense of speed. To add to the storytelling here too, we also have 2 accessory packs. Something we've never done before is accessory packs, but we feel like this is the line to do it. Each one will come with a little guy of some sort, in this case Chip or Batmite. You get a trophy room item where it has different helmets or masks of other characters. You get lots of constructs like Green Lantern constructs, you get Green Arrows, we got the Joker fish, some Batarangs, a little bit of everything. So it mixes it up and allows you to tell the story in new ways. These figures are super posable. We have a lot of accessories for it. We want people to kind of take them, do cool stuff with them. One of the things too for people getting into the line late, but they want a lot of the different characters, we're offering a new 7-pack at the end of the year. It'll feature all of the Justice League in their newest outfits and the new 52 looks of the characters. You're going to see them as one set. This will replace the current 7-pack we have for our new 52 line. So you'll have them in this new scale, all updated outfits. If they were released before in an older retro outfit, we've redone them here so that you can get the full effect. Alright, so in our 6 3/4 inch scale action figure lines, we have our designer series, and that's where we pick a different designer and kind of really bring their 2D to life. In this case, we were thinking, what character could just be used again and again and again in many different ways and people would still be interested? We're like, you know what, it's Harley Quinn's year. It's all about Harley. So her comic book right now is this wacky, goofy, fun thing done by Amanda Connor as a co-writer. She's also an artist herself, so we wanted to focus on her as a designer. We got her involved to do an original classic look for Harley for us, who hasn't been seen that way in the comic book yet. We also then went through all the different issues and worked with Amanda to figure out what other costumes we could bring to life. So you can see here featured a retro rocket version of Harley, the superhero Harley as she was palling around with Power Girl, and then the holiday Harley Quinn look, which we also have featured in our 7-inch statue line. So you can kind of see throughout here we wanted to play with the whole looks and different aspects of Harley, but just putting her in different costumes wasn't enough. So we're really going to be playing up her accessories in this to get that fun factor in there. So it's a wacky, crazy book featuring some things like a dead beaver that's been roadkill running around with her, but in this case we're going to have him as a squeezy toy where he's going to shoot things out of the hole in his stomach. We're going to have the crazy alien pizza lord that she meets in the superhero in the space episodes, and we're going to have a crazy anime head here that you can fill with water and then squeeze it so that it cries tears that you can put on the figure itself. And a squeaky hammer, some fun play as well for the holiday Harley. Just a little bit of the craziness and wackiness of the book we wanted to bring into the toy line as well. Something really important for us so that we can make sure it feels as fun as the book. Speaking of crazy fun, and a designer line of many of the same character again and again, we have our 6-pack of Rainbow Batman. It started as a joke 2 years ago for April Fools. People then were not having the joke and they said, no, we actually want this product. We want to get it out there. And then we saw some of our licensees also doing the multicolored Batmans after we did it, and so we felt like it was time. And so you're going to be able to get your 6-pack of all your different multicolored Batmans based off the famous cover from the 1950s where each night he had to go out into the world in a different outfit because each one did a different thing. So for those retro fans, it's something new. For those who just don't know anything other than the pretty colors, it's something for them as well. Continuing our designer line for a very successful line we have here is our Greg Capullo line. We have already done a bunch of waves of figures already, so this is just us continuing using all the great characters and artwork he's been doing. In this wave down here we have Flash and Wonder Woman as he's drawn the Justice League for the Endgame storyline. We have them introduced in this line. We have 0 Year Batman, so it's a survival suit kind of Batman version as he's running around early Gotham. And then we have the new Joker design as he's done since he's gotten his face back. So you can kind of see some of the designs here. It's a really cool comic, strong style, very hard edges, very simple lines. We continue it with the newer wave with some of the Justice League here. We got Aquaman, Hal Jordan, and Superman. It's fun to get the entire Justice League kind of mixed into this line because we've had a lot of the Batman villains and heroes in this so far. Then we follow it up with a 2-pack. It's our deluxe set, and it's our Commissioner Gordon Batman. So in the comics right now, Commissioner Gordon has to take over while Batman has amnesia, and he gets into the suit, but he's not as trained as Batman. He knows that. So he has this armored suit that he's able to put on to help him through these things. So we're going to have Gordon in his costume outside of the suit, and then we're also going to have the suit itself with a partial Gordon in it. So you'll see part of him in there, but then you'll be able to dress him up. This is the prototype, and you'll get the sense that you'll get the full armor guy as well, which is this big, strong robot version. Also, the robot sometimes goes off and does stuff on its own, so you can still have that play value where you have Gordon outside of it, and the mechanical robot moving as well. We are doing DC Films theatrical action figures. Now this is different and special for us for a lot of reasons. One, we have not previously done theatrical action figures in the past. So this is a great reason for us to get into it. We have an amazing DC cinematic universe coming, all the way starting back from Man of Steel to the current movies that are going on right now, to the movies that are coming in the future. So we wanted to make sure we could support all of that, go really deep and wide with a line. Now what's going to make this really special is these are premium action figures. What does that mean? Well, there's going to be a premium price attached to it, so they're going to range in price depending on the things that they come with, anywhere from like $30, $35 to as much as $45, $50 depending on the features that we give these guys. But they're going to come with premium features. So just as an example, we did a study on our Zod action figure to see how many points of articulation do we actually have in this body. He is up to 50 points of articulation. Now to put that in perspective, some of our normal figures are about 15 to 20 points of articulation. He's going to come with like swivel joints, double knees, double elbows. You're going to be able to get these guys into crazy positions. Part of this is we want people to be able to recreate moments from the movies, create new moments themselves, be able to pose them in ways that they've never been able to do for action figures at this scale before. The scale is 6 3/4, so it matches up with our TV figures, our video game figures, but we're knocking it up to the next level. These guys get fabric capes. They don't have just cloth either. If it's something that's more leathery or so, like in the case of Zod, you can see the fabric is a little bit different. We get a little bit of leather effect in there. We also get some wiring in there, so you can get some posing and some drama going on for what's going on with the figures as well. We'll have like, you know, different weathering and tattering and stuff like that, so there's a lot of detailing that we put into our 12-inch statues you're going to see carried over into the 6-inch as well. In the case of Zod, he's a great example. He comes with our mean Zod head that's on the figure right now. He also comes with his less mean head when he's like, you know, not having as bad a day. He also comes with the helmet from his armor, so you get to be able to change them all out and have different experiences. They'll have extra hands, they'll come with props from the movies themselves that they either use, whether they're the weapons or they're other pieces that they kind of come in contact with. We also have a great base that's going to come with these guys. There's an early prototype of it with Zod right now, but you get the sense of customization where you'll be able to replug it into different places. You're also going to be able to get it strong enough to clip around the figure so you can get flight, you can get hovering on these guys, things we've never been able to do before. So all of that kind of stuff, along with the crazy detailing that you're going to get. Many of these guys have been sculpted already at twice the size for our statue lines. We're able to capture a lot of that detail when we bring it down. With that comes a lot of breadth of character. We're going all the way back to Man of Steel with Zod, Feora, Jor-El. We're doing recent characters like Diablo, we have Harley, so characters from Suicide Squad. We're obviously going to support things like Wonder Woman, we're going to support movies like Justice League coming up, Cyborg, Aquaman. In addition, we're not going to shy away from certain characters. This is not just a movie line about a particular movie. This is our entire cinematic universe, so while these figures may not come out at the time of the movie, we're going to go really deep. So we're going to be doing characters like Amanda Waller, we're going to do Lois Lane or Alfred. You know, we're not going to say just because they're a casual person in a regular outfit that we're not going to do it. So this is the line to kind of have the full DC cinematic experience, which is going to be very different from anything we've done before. And I think people are going to be really happy with how usable and posable these statues turned into action figures will be. So you're going to see also, we actually got a great response from the plexiglass backings that we did just for Toy Fair. People like those from a display point of view as well, so from a certain price point we're going to see if we can include those in as well. So it's a lot. So some of the characters may be a little more deluxe. In the case of Batman, the armored version, you can see here he has obviously all of the articulation he's going to have with the armored outfit. He has a fabric cape that has cool wiring for dramatic effect. He'll have some weapons, some hands, and we're actually working right now to get light up eyes for him. It's going to push him maybe to a more expensive price, so if you want to see what the higher end would look like, he's probably an example of a higher end figure at about a $50 price point, because he'll have like lights and the fabrics and the many pieces and the articulation. So it's going to change per figure, like a Lois Lane or maybe Lex Luthor doesn't have to fly, so maybe they don't need the big base, so they can be a lower price point figure. So you're going to see it fluctuate through here. We're all about not limiting ourselves, it's about keeping this as a premium high-end experience. We're not trying to shoehorn the figures into a particular price point. So right now this is a brief mock-up of what it could be like, but it's going to be probably a closed box with some great photography on the front. It'll have a magnetic enclosure and it'll open up so that it has a fifth panel. You'll still be able to see your figure inside. You'll have a side panel so you'll see all the accessories that it comes with, so you can kind of get a sense of what you're getting. We'll have a big space here to be able to do cool things with. When it closes up too, you're going to have a nice experience on the back for your cross-sell to show all the figures that you should be getting in your series, and we'll just keep adding and adding and adding to it so you know all of the figures in the line.
Alright guys, so that's everything that we had to show you guys. Look absolutely amazing. You got the movie figures, you got icons, you got video game figures. There's so much stuff here. Kevin, you did an excellent job telling us. You got to pick up that the Batplane. Alright?
Oh yeah.
Amazing. Put it on the wall, put it on your table. Kevin, thank you.
Always
a pleasure. And check us out, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, The Ultimate Toy Collector. Until next time guys, happy hunting.